Hey, what's going on social media? This is Chris Miles from The Chris Miles Show. We here at The Chris Miles Show would ask you to subscribe, like, and follow to get updates on all of our content and all of the new releases. Now, one of the things that we try to do here on The Chris Miles Show is to bring you current information and information that typically the media does not cover. And we try to do that effectively right here on the Chris Miles Show. So, all of that being said, the situation where this guy out of South Carolina, white guy out of South Carolina, by the name of Jason Rogers Poe, he was having sex with underage black females, some as young as 13 years old. And this is why I often say here on the Chris Miles Show that black fathers are needed in the home, because if black fathers are in the home, something like what we've seen, something like what Jason Rogers Pope has done could not happen. It could not happen, because if black fathers are in the home, then black fathers are the preventive measure to all of the things that are wrong. Okay. Now, let's go into what Jason Rogers Poe did. All right. A major sex trafficking case that languished in South Carolina court system for more than 4 years concluded last summer when a 46-year-old white disc jockey received a reduced sentence after pleading guilty to 13 felonies, charges of having sex with children, including hundreds of underage black girls. Now, there's another demonic side to this. And once again, this is information that you are not hearing in the news. This white man was having sex with, quite naturally, underage black girls, but he had AIDS. So he went out and he screwed over 700 underage black girls, and he gave all of them AIDS. Now, he was facing some major time, but a judge by the name of Brian Gibson, he was initially looking at 30 years, but now he's only going to do 19 years behind bars in state prison. I have to ask this question to everybody watching the Chris Miles Show. What would be the likelihood of this situation if the situation was reversed? If this was a black man that had done this to white women, or underage white girls. Now, I want you all to remember Emmett Till. Emmett Till was accused of whistling at a white woman, only whistling at a white woman. It was said that he spoke with a speech impediment, but for whatever reason, he simply whistled at a white woman, and he was snatched out of his uncle's home at midnight, carried off, badly beat beyond recognition. They tied a gin fan around his neck and they threw his body in the river. We're talking about a 14-year-old young black boy. Here you have a white man that has been going out having sex with underage black girls, and he's only going to get 19 years. And to make matters worse, he gave all of them AIDS. Now, many of you all might not remember this particular story, or maybe not even heard of it, but let's talk about that of George Stinney Jr. George Stinney, another black kid, was accused of rape or raping another white girl, or she was a kid. He was accused of this. He didn't do it. Didn't happen. This was in South Carolina. The state of South Carolina gave this kid, now this was in 1944, gave this young kid the death penalty for something he didn't do. They put this child in the electric chair and electrocuted this kid. This was in 1944. Y'all go look the story up. He didn't touch the child. He didn't do anything to the child. But the state of South Carolina electrocuted this kid. Here we have a white man who was a DJ. He's hanging out with all of the rappers. This is why a lot of this hip hop music I don't care for. But he had ingratiated himself within the black community. So these young black girls would come in, and he had a obsession with screwing underage black girls because he was, doing the slang and all the talk and all of that stuff that goes on in hip hop music. The over sexualizing of black females. So these young black girls coming in there, he's a popular DJ. So he was having his way with them. But he also infected all of them with AIDS. Over 700 underage black girls. This man is only going to get 19 years for his crimes, his sin. Only 19 years. We have a black kid, George Stinney, Emmett Till, countless others, too many to name. We can go to the Scotts Bureau boys right from where I'm from, the state of Alabama. Only allegation. But they paid dearly for what they was accused of, and they didn't do the crime. This man has done the crime, and Judge Gibson reduced his sentence to that of 19 years. Why he's not facing the death penalty? This is a prime example of black lives don't matter. There's a two-party system in America. I don't care how you all call it, and white privilege exists. No one can tell me that this guy, Pope, should not be facing the death penalty. Over 700 underage black girls. And he was sex trafficking these underage black girls. Sexy Red and Suki Hunter cannot give Jason Rogers Poe, DjKidd, the green light by their sexual explicit songs, the okay to do this to our kids, our children. Now, I know this was before they got their record deals, but the point is that they are setting up for more of this to happen with the over-sexualizing of black women. That can't happen. And they have to be called out on it. Because if we don't confront it and call it out, this is going to happen. What you see here with Jason Rogers Poe, DjKidd, it gives them the green light to hurt our children. And we can't have that. And this is why we have to reject that of Sexy Red. We have to reject that of Suki Hunter and realize that the message that they are perpetuating is harmful to young black women. There's a trait of over-sexualizing black women. And what Sexy Red and Suki Hunter is out here promoting leads up to DjKidd, this white guy, going out here raping underage black girls and getting absolutely no time for this, for his crimes. That's what we are bearing witness to. Right in the state of Wisconsin, we have recently found out that a young black girl by the name of Sade Robinson was dismembered by a white guy. This guy took Sade Robinson's body parts and put them in different counties all over the state of Wisconsin. We had another situation where a young girl by the name of Cheryl Turner down in Louisiana, she was raped, or take that back, she was taken advantage of and body dismembered and thrown in a river. Now, this is what is going on. This is what's happening to young black women. And we have Suki Hunter, we have Sexy Red out here being promoted, their music being played on the radio. If this was any other race, they would not tolerate it. So why do we tolerate it? All along, we're watching white men rape our young girls and get absolutely no time for doing it. We're watching right here in the United States a system that does not work for black people. It doesn't matter who you put in office, who you vote for, who come in and promise you they're going to do A, B, and C. None of those things ever happen. And what makes it even more damning is that the media doesn't even cover the story. They don't even talk about it because you don't matter. This is what I'm going to say in closing. I'm going to ask this question to black women. Black women, what are you doing? Black families, what are you doing? Black men, black fathers, get back in the home. Raise your seeds. Raise your children. Black males, black females, raise your seed. Black females, put the black fathers back in the home, because we have to stop what we see going on, because it seems that nobody cares. What we're going to do here on the Chris Miles Show is that we're going to keep bringing light to stories that the media won't cover. We always tell people all the time, we're anti-media, because we're going to bring out stories that the media pretend don't exist. We are going to do a show on this very topic coming real soon. But I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Drop your comments below. I'm Chris Miles from the Chris Miles Show. And as always, the moving finger writes, has written, moves on. To all of you, good day.